Hi folks, welcome back to the Model 3 Man channel. A few weeks ago, and maybe probably more like a month right now, my channel reached what for me was a pretty momentous event. It was reaching the 10,000th subscriber. And to get to 10,000 was for me pretty special. Now, I know there's YouTubers out there like Casey Neistat, 10 million, getting close to it. Justine, also in the millions. And then there's me in 10,000. But you know what? For me, it was an exciting time. Speaking of Justine, I've always been fascinated by the incredible array of knives that she uses to do her unboxings. So I don't know how much she must spend purchasing knives, but they're impressive. And coming back to the 10,000 subscriber, I received a box in the mail and discovered that it was from my own family, Janine, Jillian, and Philippa, 2 daughters. And when I opened it, there was the best unboxing knife in the world. And it was fantastic, and it was just so lovely. They had remembered my fascination with Justine's knives and decided to give me one. That was very special. So I use it now on all my unboxings. But 10,000 is now risen to 11,000, and we're heading toward 12,000. So help me out if you can. Let's get to that 12,000 as quickly as we can. One of the things that happens from time to time is that as your numbers grow, and that's the reason that I talked about numbers, many accessory manufacturers decide that you might be a good fit to help advertise and review and evaluate their products. So today I have 2 products. One I purchased with my own hard-earned dollars. It wasn't given to me. And that is the Jeda hub, the USB hub that can eliminate the chaos of cables and splitters and dangling USB flash drives, and I paid for that. And the second is this neck pillow right here. As you can see, it's embroidered with a red dragon logo. And Derek Ward sent that to me in honor of the 10,000 subscribers, but obviously also with the aim of having me evaluate and give you some kind of product review. So those are the 2 today, the neck pillow and the Jeda USB hub. And we'll start with the pillow. I got to be very honest and upfront here. I always hated the idea of spoiling the beautiful smooth lines of the seat and putting something on like that that breaks the curves and breaks the flow. I didn't just hate it because of that. I hated it because of the idea of something sticking into my neck. And, you know, we like to be free as we drive. We like to be able to just hold the wheel, look at the road, and drive. And something coming behind your neck here is not necessarily something that you welcome. So I started off with a negative predisposition, but Derek had been kind enough to customize the pillow, to embroider the logo, and I felt that in the interest of fair play, I really needed to give it a fair trial. And one of the instructions that comes with it when you open the package is the instruction to test it for a few days, or rather get used to it for a few days until your neck becomes accustomed to having something touching it from behind. In other words, the implication there is you're not going to like it initially. You're not going to like the feeling. I felt that it was only fair to do that, and what I did was I put it on and I used it around town. It consists of a soft padded neck rest, a strap at the back, and this is adjustable. And when it comes to installation, there really is none. You simply lift it onto the top of the headrest, slide it down, and that's it. Let's go to the back and see how you tighten. Turn the strap over, you can see that there is a loose end there. So all you need to do is pull on that, tighten it up, and make this fit nice and snug. The real test would come when we took our trip to Kelowna over the long weekend. Thanksgiving long weekend in Canada is long before USA Thanksgiving weekend, and we went up to family at Kelowna. Most of you watching the channel will know that I've made that trip many times. So we left at 5 in the morning, and as we drove, this was behind me the whole way. And here's the strange thing. After an hour or 2 hours of driving, I felt more comfortable. I felt less tension in my shoulders and my neck than I had in any of the previous trips. And I had a good way of comparing because I've driven up to Kelowna 15, 20 times. But this was the first time with the neck support. And so we drove for 2 hours. We had breakfast in Hope. We charged. We carried on driving to Kelowna. And all of the way there, I was conscious of feeling really comfortable with the support that I was getting in my neck. And the end of the story is this: I changed my mind. I still think it looks a little geeky. I do still think that it spoils the lines of the seat, but I understand that it works. I felt the benefits on a journey that was 4.5 to 5 hours long. I could feel the level of comfort against my neck. I could feel the lack of tension in my shoulders and the neck muscles. I settled back into the seat, and it was great. Will I use it every day around home, around town? Probably not, because on a short trip, you're getting in, getting out, you're turning your head, you're looking around, you're doing a lot of things that this might cause a little bit of the difficulty in doing. Anytime I'm driving for longer than half an hour, if I'm making a trip and it's half an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, this is going to be with me. So Derek, sorry that I hated it so much at first, but the outcome is good. I've proven to myself that the neck support does work, that you can get used to it, and that when you're sitting looking forward, you're not seeing that this looks geeky or breaks the lines and the smooth curves. It just gives you support. So I'm happy to recommend it. I will be upfront and say that around town, around my home, I'll probably have it off. But the minute I'm doing a long trip, it's on, and it works. So thank you. Number 2, we're going to take a look at the USB hub made by Jeda, Jeda. And yeah, I did not get offered this. It didn't get sent to me, and I bought it myself. So the purpose of this particular hub is to eliminate the entanglement of wires and cables and splitters and dangling USB hard drives or flash drives that is hidden away under the front compartment in the central console. So we're going to take a look at how does it work? How effective is it? Does it really make a difference? Is it worth spending the money? There are cheaper hubs you can buy, some that just sit on the bottom. But this is different for a number of reasons, and I'm going to outline those. So let's take a look at the Jeda USB hub designed especially for the Tesla Model 3 and see whether it's worth the money. My review of this product has to do just with how I experienced it, since it was not a donation to the channel, but I bought it. And the first thing you notice is that it's kind of like Apple packaging. You have to hold the box and shake it a bit before the lid comes off. And that's the unit. It's a USB hub, but it's a USB hub with several interesting differences. So I can take it out of the box here, and you can see how thick it is, and you can see what it looks like. On the back, we have the 2 USB connectors, regular USB-A or USB 3 connectors. On the front end, we've got regular USB connections and 2 USB-C. So the high speed and the more modern USB connector on the right hand side. And by the way, it has a secret compartment. So if you push on the bottom and then just flip it with your finger, that's pretty cool. So inside of there, you could put an SSD drive, or you could put a regular USB flash drive, which would just go into the connector on the right there that you can see. That's pretty cool, and they even give you a magnetic attachment that you can stick onto the back of an SSD drive, and that will hold your SSD drive inside the compartment. How do you put this back? You just put it back, and magnetically it clips in. So push the bottom, pull the top, and you're in. But the beauty of this is that you really don't know it's there. It fits up against the front of the central console, and it's right out of sight, and it blends in completely. So let's go and put this in the car, take a look at it, and see just how this works. Well, as you look down on the front of the compartment, you can see that there's just cables and splitters. And there's my USB flash drive hanging off the end of one of the connectors. Both of them go into the 2 connectors at the back, and 2 cables go up onto what is effectively the wireless charging pad. So the purpose of the Jeda USB hub is to get rid of all of that, to provide a safe hiding place for your flash drive or SSD. Let's have a look and see how we install the Jeda. First of all, we're simply going to unplug everything that's down there. So I'm going to pull that out, and you can see here that there's an awful lot of cables and splitters. So the first thing I'll do is simply remove my USB flash drive. There it is. And then I'm going to unplug all of these connectors that go up to the wireless charge pad. There. Here is the second one. And we can take that out. So now we simply have two cables coming down from the wireless charging pad, and we're going to install the new USB hub. So first of all, you want to note the position of the USB ports. They're sitting at the back. That's going to be a little difficult to film with one hand holding a flashlight, the other hand holding the product. So let's see how this goes. Well, that's it. Basically, as I positioned it against the sides, against the bottom, and against the right hand side, the USB connectors just went straight in. Jeda have done a tremendous job of making this look exactly like it fits into the space. Now we need to see that all of this actually works. I'm going to take the two plugs from the charging pad and simply put them into here. That's it. That looks a lot cleaner and tidier than before. But wait, we have not yet put the USB flash drive into the hidden compartment. So let's do that now. So you'll remember that the connector was up in the top right hand corner. And there we go. So with that, we have the USB flash drive in the hidden compartment. Remember, you could be using an SSD drive and you can put it there. They even provide a little connector for that. Samsung make a great 500 gig SSD drive, and that would fit right inside there. And now all we have to do is fit the compartment cover back on, and it is magnetic. That's it. Clicked into place, completely flush with the surface. I love it. I would consider this to be completely worth the money for three reasons. The first, of course, is the hidden compartment where you can secrete your flash drive or SSD drive away from prying eyes. The second reason is how neatly it's built. 4 connectors across the front, no need to put splitters. You can use all of those to charge your devices. And the third reason, I think, is simple. It's been designed to look like it was part of the Tesla when you bought it. It looks like it was made by Tesla. It looks like it was engineered for this car, which of course it was. Thank you so much for watching the channel. As we move forward and our numbers grow, I'm always appreciative of support. 2 ways you can support me. The first is to subscribe and hit the notification so that you know when new offerings are uploaded. And the second method is to use my Tesla referral code, which is Peter19246. You see it over here. If you use that when you're purchasing a car, you get an extra 1,000 miles of free supercharging, or in Canada, 1,500 kilometers. So thank you very much for your support. Look out for yourselves. If you don't have a Tesla, what's stopping you? Go and look at my 10 best reasons to buy a Model 3 and see if you aren't persuaded by that. And if you do have a Tesla, watch out. There are enemies all around. Make sure you have sentry mode turned on whenever you leave the car, so if the worst does happen, you can play back those video clips and you'll see from behind, from the side, from the front, who it was that did that. So, happy and safe driving, and I'll see you in the next video.